A Valentine's Day gift for me. ABC News legend Sam Donaldson joins me. It is good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Chris. Always.
You sent me a note and said, this is the moment that matters, that this is different than what you've seen in the past, and that it is a moment that people must take very seriously, especially in our skill set. Why?
Well, because in my day, I had it easy compared to what's happening today. No president ever in a primetime news conference said to me and to the public, he should be fired. He's a disgrace. They may have thought it, but they didn't say it. We conducted business on a situation in which each knew what the other was doing. The president of the United States should know what he was doing. Someday it'll be a woman. And we reporters knew that our job was to try to backstop him. Well, let's hear what he has to say. Let's look at the facts. Because the main job of a reporter then and now was to find out the facts. Not an easy thing to do. Sometimes we make mistakes and we ought to correct them when we find that we've made a mistake, no matter what the reason. But when we find facts, I mean, if we discover that Newton was right, that the law of gravity says apples will fall down, if someone says, no, that's not true, everybody knows it's not true, everybody knows it's a fraud, everybody knows, where is the evidence? Where are the facts? And when we get the facts, particularly today, Chris, what's important is that the press is not neutral. Yes, we should be neutral in our opinions, Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, other people, but not on the facts. And when we find someone that wants to sell the public on something that we know because we've checked it is not true, we must say so. We are not bystanders to what's happening in this country. We are not people who say, well, I'm just here as a neutral observer. I want 6 of this and half of that, and I want you to have your opinion, and you have this opinion, although it's hogwash. I'm not here to say to the public, that's hogwash. Yes, I am. And yes, reporters today must do this. We cannot stand by as citizens of the country and just let it pass, because we know the facts, because we've checked them, not because we're partisan, and someone's saying, no, that's not true. Well, if it's not true, it is true, and you'd better believe it, and we hope the American public believes it.
So, Sam,
sermon ended.
No sermon at all, but it is the truth. You helped shape my skill set very profoundly as we were in a foray into the digital media at ABC News Now. Now, digital media is what you and I really never expected it would be back then, which is often in the lead and saying not to believe any of what is now called legacy media. You didn't have to deal with that. How should we?
That's a tremendous problem. I don't know how to deal with it from the standpoint of, yes, when I joined ABC News in the 1960s, there were 3 networks, and people who got international and national news outside of their locality watched one of us. And they believed this because we made certain we could be believed. No one said, well, that's all hogwash that ABC or NBC or CBS says. They basically said, when Walter Cronkite says this, it's true because we know he wouldn't lie to us and we know that he's checked it out. Today, those reporters in Washington are doing a terrific job trying to do the same thing. But today, everybody's a reporter, everybody's on the internet, everybody has an opinion, everybody without checking anything says this is true. Those kids in Stony Brook were not kids killed, they were government plants. Well, of course, that man is now sued and going to have to put away his fortune. I would like the First Amendment changed to say this: you have a right to freedom of speech, but if you say things repeatedly that you know are not true, and they are material in that they hurt people. You can tell me the moon is made of green cheese, and I know it's not true, but it's hard. Go ahead and say it. It's harmless. But if you say, as that man said, and hurt people whose children had been killed, you should face a jury of your peers at a criminal case. I think the First Amendment should be changed that way. And when politicians say things that they know is not true, they should also pay a price.
Sam Donaldson, I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate your wisdom, but most of all, I appreciate your friendship. Happy Valentine's Day, my friend. Please come back soon. Not at all. Not at all.
I see.
You speak the true. You speak the true. I'll see you again soon. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.